Ever since the unboxing video, people have been asking me about this gun. What is it? When are you doing the review on it? But here we go finally. This is the Airsoft gun review of the G&G Gr16 Moe Blowback. Hope you enjoy the video. Okay, now starting off here with what the gun comes with. Starting off here, we got the 450 round magnesium high cap magazine brought to you here by G&G. It is pretty much your standard high cap, but it is extended to hold 450 rounds. Your standard trap door here at the top, which you fill in the BBs at, and then your windable here at the bottom. Only complaint I have is that you have to wind this mag up a little bit more than your standard high cap to get BBs feeding out well. Second accessory you got coming with the gun here is actual Magpul PTS cheek riser. This is verified. I don't know if you can see right there, but right here it says Magpul. You probably can't see it on the camera. There you go. It says it. This is official Magpul right here. It goes right onto the stock as seen here. You just clip it right on the stock and then you're ready to go. Okay, besides the cheek riser and the high cap magazine here, this gun also comes with the red barrel cover right here on the front, different from your standard blazing orange, otherwise still nice. And then other attachments or accessories that come with this gun are 1,000 rounds of .2 gram BBs and an unjamming rod. Okay, the first thing I want to get onto here on the gun is the Magpul accessories that make this the MOE Blowback. Okay, the first piece, as I've already said here, is the cheek riser. This is official Magpul. It has the Magpul logo right there on the back of the cheek riser, located right there. Moving on to the front of the gun, we have the Magpul handguard. This is actual Magpul MOE PTS, as seen by the logo right here on the front of the left side of the handguard. And then it also says MOE on the other side, Magpul logo, and then MOE right there. Really nice. It's a two-piece full polymer handguard. Kind of a tight fit for the battery, but it's perfect for my nunchuck type. That's the only battery I would recommend for this gun is a 9.6 nunchuck. It will give you the rate of fire you want, and it fits in the gun nice and fine. Moving on to the pistol grip here, this is where we start running into replica pieces. This is not actual Magpul, but it's made of the same material. It is made of that polymer, really good quality, high impact. It's a really good piece. I can put about 1,000 rounds through this gun, and this thing will barely warm up, so that's always nice to see. It's pretty much standard of all of the motor grips. It's not skinnier, it's not thicker. So you get what you're used to, and then you also got the finger groove here, so better stability when you're shooting. Overall, nice pistol grip, exactly what I expected. Only problem I ran into here is that the motor plate here on the bottom, the motor adjustment was kind of loose, so I adjusted it to my liking, and then I put a little Loctite right there on the motor adjustment. And moving on to the last piece of Magpul here, this is yet another replica piece. It's the second piece of replica on this gun. Nevertheless though, it's really nice. It is 6 position standard. 1, 2, that's actually 3, 4, 5, and 6. Really nice. And another piece that shows you this is a replica is the buffer tightener here, as I like to call it. A buffer tube tightener, I really don't know what to call it. But basically, it's all the way out. You get a little bit of wobble. When you push that in, it locks the stock into place. Moving on to the butt stock here, the butt pad, this is rubber. That's another piece that says this is replica because the design here on the back is not similar to the actual Magpul stock. You got sling adapter piece right here, which I'm buying a sling adapter for. They run about 10 to 15 bucks depending on where you buy it from. Besides that though, stock is really good. It's really nice. It hasn't failed on me yet, and it's really nice feel to the cheek. Now moving on to the front of the gun here, we got the whole one-piece outer barrel. This also tells us that this is the combat machine version, because the front triangle sight and setup is all part of the barrel itself. It's just part of the manufacturing process that helps make this gun be cheaper in price but not cheaper in quality. Moving on to the front here, we have the full all orange plastic flash hider. From here back was all orange, but I decided to spray paint from here up until we left a 1/4 inch of orange tip there, because number one, it was glued into place so I couldn't replace it with a silencer, and number two, it makes it so you're still within your legal boundaries of the gun, but it makes it less noticeable out in the playing field. In saying that this is combat machine, the front sight is not adjustable at all, up or down. Moving on to the bayonet lug, it fits just nice with my bayonet that I have. Fits up there nice and tight, very little wobble, just like my ICS. Front sling mount is pretty much standard, expecting nothing less from G&G. Moving up to the delta ring here, it keeps this handguard nice into place, especially this mag pull type. I'm really impressed compared to the one on the standard handguards on other M4s. This is much tighter. The delta ring is nice, and on top of that you see that you have your imitation gas tube here, and it runs all the way through the front of the gun. Moving on to the carrying handle here, from here to the front is plastic, but that doesn't matter. All the parts that do need to be metal are, including the sight, adjustment knobs. And then moving on to the other side, the knobs that you turn to remove the carrying handle themselves are metal. As seen here, you just turn them, it comes right off. Another nice feature, you can, if you want to put something on top of the carrying handle, this carrying handle will accept your standard AR-15 mount right on top of it. Okay, now moving on to the receiver itself, we have a nylon fiber receiver here. Definitely better than any clone AEG you'll see. Pretty much your body gets no better than this, except if you buy the Gr16 Raider, which is another G&G that has the polymer body, which is just absolutely astounding when it comes to any type of plastic body. But moving on here, we got your functioning charging handle that shows off your breech and your bolt and all the insides of the gun, including your all plastic hop-up, which is actually really adjustable and really good. It shows part of your full reinforced gearbox right here. And then a nice feature of this gun, you have the blowback. Probably can't see it for now, but if you put BBs in the gun, the blowback goes much farther back. But pretty much every time you shoot, the bolt, which is just a small piece attached to the gearbox, which is called pneumatic blowback, which is patented by G&G. Every time you shoot, the bolt goes back a certain distance. Most of the time when you have BBs, it will go almost all the way back to where you can see all the hop up and little piece of the gearbox. And then when you don't have BBs in there, it tends to only go back a little bit to where you can't notice it. Okay, moving on to the actual rail system here on top. This is a flat top rail system. This is feels really good, but this is the same plastic as the body, so it ain't cheap plastic, so it's it just takes some weight off the gun, which is always good. The rest of the stuff here on this side of the body, you got your magazine release, which is metal, that makes the magazine come right out. And then of course, since this gun is non-ambidextrous, selector switch is not going to be on the side, but you see safe, semi, and full auto right here if you zoom in. Also, you got your two removable pins right here. Since this is combat machine, you only got to push the front one out. Since the second one does not touch the gearbox at all, you just push the front one out here, and then you can take the whole top receiver off and swap off. Just be careful with the wires, because this is wired to the front and not to the back. Okay, moving on to the other side of the body here, we have the G&G trademarks. Really nice. Other M4s I've got, they've got similar trademarks like my ICS, but some brands like JG, you're not going to get trademarks that look really good as this one. Pretty much just says G&G here and G&G there, semi-full auto, pretty much all your standard stuff. You got your non-functioning bolt catch right here, that is metal. Your magazine catch, that is metal. And then moving on to your selector switch, this is also metal, I believe. And then moving on to your trigger guard, this is the same nylon fiber as the body, and then the trigger is also metal. Two more things I want to speak of before we conclude this gun. This gun does come with the advertised forward assist. You could barely hear it there, but I just reset the gears. I've been having a little trouble with this. Sometimes the forward assist will work, and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know if that means my gears are already set, or that it's just the forward assist not engaging itself. But either way, it's always something nice to have on an AEG, especially this mid-price $200 AEG as we see here. Okay, here's a really quick semi-auto and fully auto rate of fire test here. First off, this is semi-auto, and just keeping account there's no BBs in the gun, so it's not going to sound the same. Really nice trigger response. It's better than my ICS and better than all the rest of my guns. And this is fully auto with a 9.6 battery. Really nice rate of fire. This is right in that range you want to have for the field, right between 15 and 20. In conclusion here, this G&G Gr16 is just a really amazing gun. It's one of the best M4s I've held in a while. And to be honest, I would choose this over my ICS M4 any day, even though that has a metal body, because this gun still consists of your functioning forward assist, really smooth, really high rate of fire gearbox, and then on top of that, you got all the mag pull furniture up here. Even if two pieces of it are replica, you still got the actual PTS MOE right here in the front. And then the cheek riser is really maggable too. Overall, I'm going to give this gun a 9 out of 10. Only reason why it's losing that 1 point because FPS is probably going to be around 330 to 350 on this gun. So it's not as high as it could be for your standard field play of right at about 400. But after I drop in a tight bore and a system of bucking in here, this gun should operate just fine in the field. Okay, this has been What You Looking At production. Make sure you subscribe, comment, rate, request. If you have any questions about this gun or anything you've seen in the video, make sure to let me know. I know y'all waited a while for the review, and I really respect y'all being patient for this review. It's probably been about a week or two since I put the unboxing up. Okay, this is What You're Looking At. I'm out.